So after losing to Ilia Topuria by knockout for the first time in his career, Max Holloway has decided to end his career in the featherweight division and move to the lightweight division for the rest of his career. And I think that this is a great idea for Max Holloway. I think that Max Holloway is still one of the best strikers in the UFC. And there's some very interesting matchups in the lightweight division that will go very well for him, or it could also go very, very bad for him. But Max has already fought at 155 and he looked great in both fights. And the first time he almost beat Dustin Poirier. Honestly, it was like round 4. I think you could give to Dustin Poirier based off that huge knee that he landed and like that busted up Max Holloway's eye. But honestly, Max Holloway was winning that round in my opinion. And if it wasn't for that knee, he could have easily beat Dustin Poirier in rounds 3, 4, and 5. And then he went up and fought Justin Gaethje and he destroyed Gaethje. But also in the Poirier fight, Max wasn't really bulked up properly to fight at 155. But in the Gaethje fight, you could tell that Max was really prepared. He was in great shape. And he easily beat Justin Gaethje and knocked him out. And I think that, yeah, being able to compete with these guys at such a good level, it's great. I like his chances at 155. And also, no one in that weight class, in my opinion, is as sharp as a puncher as Ilia Topuria. Maybe some of these guys are more powerful than Ilia, sure, but do they have the technique that Ilia does? I don't think so. And also, Ilia Topuria is a lot faster than a lot of these lightweights. And so is Alexander Volkanovski. These guys are very, very fast. And also, we know that guys in the lower weight classes are usually more skilled than guys in higher weight classes. And Max has basically fought some of the best featherweights ever. He fought Conor McGregor, he fought Jose Aldo, he fought Volkanovski, he fought Ilia Topuria, and all these guys were in their primes. He fought a bunch of contenders that were crazy fast, crazy skill sets, and a whole bunch of different strikers, because that's what the featherweight division mainly is. There's a lot of strikers in that weight class. And Max has gone through multiple generations of featherweights. And in the lightweight division, there are some very solid strikers like Gaethje and Poirier, Oliveira. I guess you could maybe put Michael Chandler up there and Conor McGregor if he comes back. But also, there's a lot of grapplers in that weight class. And I think Max's first fight at lightweight should be against a guy like Beneil Dariush. Beneil has very good grappling. He's a solid striker. He's got a lot of power in his hands. He does mix it up a little bit, but he does favor his left side quite a bit. And I think that's a very winnable matchup for Max. But it's a great fight for Max to test out his grappling. We know he can compete with the best strikers in the world, but we just got to see about his grappling. And I think that Beneil Dariush is taking some time off because he got knocked out back-to-back. But he should come back in July of 2025 against Max Holloway. That is a long time out for Beneil Dariush because his last fight would have been in December of 2023 or maybe November of 2023 against Armin. But yeah, I think he should fight Max Holloway when Max Holloway returns in July or maybe in June of 2025. I think that'd be a great matchup, like I said, to test out Max's grappling because for years he's just been fighting strikers and we obviously know his striking, but what about his grappling? Can he handle the grappling of some of these extremely dangerous lightweight grapplers? And then after that fight, maybe he could fight the winner of Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira because both of these guys are coming off losses. Although Oliveira, his fight versus Armin was actually very, very close and that could have gone to him. But Michael Chandler, if he beats Oliveira, I don't think he should get a title shot because I'm pretty sure he lost to Justin Gaethje, then beat Tony Ferguson, and then lost to Dustin Poirier and sat off for 2 years waiting for McGregor. And now he beats Oliveira and he gets a title shot. I don't know about that. I think that he'll need another win. And if Max does go out there and he beats Beneil Dariush, I think you could put Max Holloway in there against Oliveira or Michael Chandler. I think that both of those fights are very dangerous for him. Michael Chandler, obviously, he's arguably the most powerful opponent that Max Holloway would have ever fought, but he's not very technical. He does get reckless and he doesn't really have the best fight IQ, so it'd be very interesting to see how Max deals with that. Can he get out the first round? And if he does, then he's for sure winning that fight. But against Oliveira, he's a lot more dangerous because he does have some power in his hands. He is going to attack Max with a full striking arsenal. He's not just going to throw 1-2 like Michael Chandler. He's going to throw some left hooks. He's going to throw some straight punches, those front kicks to the body, those calf kicks, head kicks, flying knees, everything. And also, he's got that dangerous ground game, but he's not the best defensively. And can Max survive that Oliveira onslaught? Can he make it a war? And can he come out on top? I don't know. That would be a very interesting matchup as well. And a rematch from a fight that happened years back in the featherweight division. But Max could also fight Dan Hooker. I think that'd be a very fun fight. Dan Hooker, he always brings a war, but he is very hittable, same as Max. And yeah, he's most likely not going to try to grapple, but I think that Max could beat him in a striking matchup. But it'd be a very exciting fight. A fight maybe for a BMF title. Who knows? Max is still the official BMF champion. But yeah, there's a lot of fun fights. There's Rafael Fiziev, who would make for a great striking match. I mean, the Muay Thai that he brings, the power, the explosiveness of his punches. But he did sustain a massive knee injury against Mateusz Gamrot. So is he gonna be the same after that fight? Who knows? But until his next fight, Max Holloway should go to 9-5 and work on his boxing, because he was getting hit way too easy by Ilia Topuria. And in all his fights, to be honest, he hits it way too much. So he definitely needs to work on his boxing, because he has just been knocked out for the first time ever. And he's a guy who would barely get rocked. He only got dropped once before that fight. And I think that you definitely got to work on your boxing. And I think that this Topuria fight was the wake-up call that Max Holloway needed to really work on his defense, because a lot of fighters, they have a hole in their game, but they won't fix it until something significantly bad happens. Like, for example, Vicente Luque, he was a fighter that never ever moved his head. He would just walk forward, just tank punches, and try to come back with a big shot of his own. But that style is not sustainable. Eventually, your chin is going to crack. You are human, and it did against Jeff Neal for Vicente Luque. And it took that fight for him to understand that he needed to move his head, or at least try to be more defensive in his fights.
Now we're doing just some technical work, starting to work that head movement. You know, everybody always talks to me about it, and you know, I know it's important. I'm gonna try to work on that now, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Always
So hopefully Max does the same thing, and hopefully this knockout shows to him that his defense is equally as important as putting punches together. But yeah, outside of that, I think that Max Holloway, his striking is very good, but he also needs to work on his grappling, because of course there's some high-level grapplers in the lightweight division. And if he does those two things, if he's able to get those two things up to, you know, really high level, I think that he could honestly become the champion in the lightweight division. But yeah, I'm cheering for Max Holloway. He's one of my favorite fighters. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is a good move for Max Holloway's career? But thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next one.